Hi everyone, welcome to today's live. So today we will be reading Robert Greene's book, The Daily Laws. I know that I started with novel, but I am reading, and the plan was that I will keep reading novel and keep executing. But yesterday I bought this book and I did, and जब मैंने पढ़ी, so there were lots of things that I wanted to share, and again, lots of things to write about, to talk about. So I thought कि आज हम रॉबर्ट ग्रीन से स्टार्टिंग करते हैं. Even there is a YouTuber named Ivan Carmichael, और वो 10 बुक एक साथ पढ़ते हैं, यानी कि if he is reading particular author today, then next day he is reading other author. Why? He says that अगर उस किताब 10 किताबों को अगर मैं एक साथ पढ़ता हूँ तो the message stays with me for the longer period of time. Okay, let me just keep it. So, correct. Sorry, let me check it. Yeah, it's good. It's good. Okay, I'm so sorry, guys. Is it good? Is it good? Is it good? Is it good? Chocolate egg. Yeah, it is. So, why he reads 10 books at one time? So that the message stays with him for the long period of time. The so that the he मतलब होता क्या है कि when we read a book, we leave it, and जो उसका मैसेज होता है हमारे साथ से छूट जाता है. It works like a movie. Okay. Okay. It works like a movie or series. For example, you're watching a series for 1 week, 2 weeks, so the message stays with you, the character stays with you, the dialect stays with you. You are keep talking about it, or you are trying to implement few things about it. So that's how the message stays with you. And I'm going to talk about Daily Laws by Robert Greene. I'm not following that method, but yeah, of course we can switch. This is the thing. हमने नवल के, if you have watched previous live, we have talked about नवल, we wrote execution step, and मैंने पूरा समझाया था कि how I read. And I will also create a video out of that live and put it on YouTube so that you can watch before these lives and understand that how I read books and how I tell you to read books with myself. Because I want you to keep a PDF or hard copy like this with yourself, and a register, a notebook, and a pen with yourself. Because we are not just reading the books. Like for example, you will see when I will start reading, I won't just read. I will write down. Yeah. So I won't just read. I will read and see what question is being asked, or what question you should ask yourself. What it means? It means that when we are reading books, there are certain questions which you should ask, and that can be life changing, or you and I will, and you maybe उस उसका आंसर ढूंढते ढूंढते ही शायद तुम्हारी जिंदगी काफी साल बीत जाए. but that question will make you better, will make you successful. So those kind of questions I look for, those kind of ideas I look for when I read books. So, and that's how I encourage you to read. So we are starting Robert Greene, Daily Laws. And here, I think this is the first page, second page. And यहाँ लिखा हुआ है, to the memory of Brutus, the greatest cat who ever lived. So if you know Robert Greene, he lives with his cats. He really loves his cats. So यहाँ पे Brutus, I don't know if I'm pronouncing the name right or not, but to the memory of Brutus, the greatest cat who ever lived. ओके मैंने प्रिफेस नहीं पढ़ा है, जो कि मैं कभी जो पढ़ता, जो कि मैं कभी कभी नहीं पढ़ता. So starting with this, your life's task, planting the seeds for mastery. All of us are born unique. This uniqueness is marked genetically in our DNA. We are a one-time phenomenon in the universe. Our exact genetic makeup has never occurred before, nor will it ever be repeated. For all of us, this uniqueness first expresses itself in childhood through certain primal inclination. There are forces within us that come from a deeper place than conscious words can express. They draw us to certain experiences and away from others. As these forces move us here or there, they influence the development of our minds in a particular ways. Let's state it in the following way. At your birth, a seed is planted. That seed is your uniqueness. Now pay attention, I think. This is how you read, okay? You keep reading. Many people come to me, many juniors, that I don't get what I'm reading. It's okay. I mean, it means that they want to say, or they are saying that they are not good at English, they're not good at understanding the Hindi version, or they're not getting the message, and they stopped reading. It's okay if you don't get it. No one gets at the first time the meaning, even if you're getting the Hindi translation. Now समझने का मतलब ये नहीं है कि you understood the Hindi translation. It doesn't mean that you got the idea. It doesn't mean that you understood the text. फॉर एग्जाम्पल आप हिंदी के उपन्यास ले लीजिए, हिंदी में जो कब किताबें लिखी गई, अब आपको तो हिंदी आती है ऐसा आप मानते हैं, बट अगर आप उस हिंदी के उपन्यास को पढ़ेंगे, हिंदी की उस किताब को पढ़ेंगे, तो क्या होगा कि आपको वो चीज़ें समझ ही नहीं आएंगी. इवन तो हिंदी में लिखी हुई है, आपको वो चीज़ें व्हाट शुड आई से समझनी पड़ेंगी, इवन तो वो हिंदी में. तो ये जो मेंटल ब्लॉक होता है कि आई एम नॉट गुड एट इंग्लिश, दैट्स व्हाई आई कांट रीड बुक्स इन इंग्लिश, बिकॉज आई कांट गेट एंड अंडरस्टैंड द हिंदी ऑफ द इंग्लिश टेक्स्ट, इज अ मिथ. बिकॉज अगर आप हिंदी इतने बेहतर तरीके से समझते हैं तो हिंदी उपन्यास पढ़िए. हिंदी में भी कुछ ना कुछ उस किताब का वर्जन हो सकता है, वो पढ़िए, बट यू डोंट रीड इट. सो इट्स नॉट द लैंग्वेज प्रॉब्लम, it's you problem. It means you are the problem, not you are not the problem. Actual problem is that even though you don't get it, keep reading. You will start getting, you will start connecting the dots. For example, you just saw me that मैंने पढ़ना start करा and I stopped here where I stopped. Let me see. Sorry. At your birth a seed is planted. So now उसका बाद क्या था, सॉरी. शुरुआत में जो टाइटल था वो ये था, शुरुआत में जो टाइटल था योर लाइफ टास्क प्लांटिंग द सीड्स, और वो यहाँ पे वर्ड, यहाँ पे सीड यूज हुआ. सो एकदम से दिमाग में क्लिक हुआ कि दिस इज इंपॉर्टेंट थिंग, राइट? सो एट योर बर्थ अ सीड इज प्लांटेड, दैट सीड इज योर यूनिकनेस. अब यहाँ पे जो ये ना सीड योर यूनिकनेस, जब हमने कल कल नहीं 2-3 दिन पहले जब नवल को पढ़ा था, तब उसके अंदर भी एक स्पेसिफिक नॉलेज की बात हो रही थी. उसमें भी एक यूनिकनेस की बात हो रही थी कि आप अपनी स्पेसिफिक नॉलेज को कैसे बिल्ड करेंगे अपनी क्यूरियोसिटी फॉलो करके, और वही आपकी एक यूनिकनेस बनेगी. यहाँ पर रॉबर्ट ग्रीन भी उसी बात को टच कर रहे हैं, लेकिन किस तरीके से कर रहे हैं वो समझना जरूरी है. वो ये कह रहे हैं, व्हेन यू आर बोर्न दैट सीड इज एट योर बर्थ सीड इज प्लांटेड. वो सीड प्लांट हो चुका है, वही सीड तुम्हारी यूनिकनेस है, एंड इट वांट्स टू ग्रो, ट्रांसफॉर्म इटसेल्फ and the flower to its full potential. It means that seed inside yourself, which was planted when you were born, इट वांट्स टू ग्रो, वो ग्रो होना चाहता है, वो ट्रांसफॉर्म होना चाहता है अपने आप, और it wants to come out with the full potential. It has natural assertive energy to it. Your life task is to, अब हमारा लाइफ टास्क है क्या? Your life task is to bring that seed to flower. अब देख रहे हैं, हम आगे नहीं पढ़ेंगे, थोड़ा सा फॉर एग्जाम्पल देर इज वन थिंग associated with art and paintings and maybe novels and poetries. That is कि जब भी हम किसी आर्ट या पीस ऑफ आर्ट को देखते हैं, तब हम अपने हिसाब से उसे इंटरप्रेट करते हैं, हमें क्या नज़र आ रहा है। तो जो तुम्हें नज़र आ रहा है वही तुम्हारी सच्चाई है, जो तुम्हें दिख रहा है वही तुम्हारा देखने के नज़रिया, वो भी किसी को और वो भी हर किसी का अलग अलग देखने का नज़रिया इसलिए होता है बिकॉज दे हैव डिफरेंट स्टोरीज, डिफरेंट लाइफ, डिफरेंट पर्सनालिटीज, different way of liking the things, right? So so यहाँ पे हम आगे क्यों नहीं पढ़े, क्योंकि अब देख मैं यहाँ पे ये समझाने की कोशिश करता हूँ जब भी लाइव आता हूँ, because this is my reading time and I always, before doing these live thing, I thought that this is my reading time, should I go live or not? But I realized that when I'm reading, I'm not actually reading, I'm actually constantly thinking, then reading, thinking, and then reading. So I thought that whatever I am thinking here without my voice, without saying a word, thinking here inside myself, talking to my voice which is coming inside of myself in me, I thought why don't do it on live, because that would give me very raw and real moments that is being recorded right now. I will do a lot of mistakes. My speaking will get better. I will be able to communicate the values which I am learning from the books and telling my stories, practicing storytelling, and then I will eventually have some piece of content as well. So it looked like a win-win situation. So that's why I am here. But yeah, it requires more energy because I'm speaking and I'm simplifying the things which I am reading. So, and of course, I also face some technical issue in coming live right now. I'm not so comfortable or not so handy because of my phone. I record everything my phone, so my battery goes down, and maybe I'm just recording my videos in my battery is like 10%. So I don't know. I मेरा भी लाइव खत्म भी हो सकता है एकदम. So okay, so हमने यहाँ पे रुक के हमने क्या समझा, क्या इंटरप्रेट करें, that your योर लाइफ टास्क इज टू ब्रिंग दैट सीड टू फ्लावर, यानी कि जो हमारे अंदर यूनिकनेस है हमारे अंदर यूनिकनेस, बट इट इज अ सीड विच इज प्लांटेड. पीपल से दैट यू आर बॉर्न फॉर दिस, हमने कहा ना कि वो ऐसा बंदा ये कर रहा है बिकॉज ही वाज बॉर्न फॉर दिस. It means that he was born with that seed and he was able to figure out okay, okay, this is my seed, meaning this is my uniqueness, and now he takes care of that seed, and that seed transform into a flower. And after that, people, you will find people saying that this person was born for it. No, this person was born with the seed. He managed to find that seed. He worked really hard to identify that seed, which is his uniqueness, and then he worked on it. So that is the thing. So, and we all are born with that seed. The major challenge in finding that seed, and I have not found it. I am also figuring it out. I am also trying to find. Maybe it may take time, but I always feel, okay, this is my seed. I think this is my seed, and I am working on it, and I think you should do. तो हम अभी हमने बस एक थोड़ा सा इशारा हमको मिला है. मैंने कल सिर्फ एक दो पन्ना पढ़ा था. मैं कोशिश करता हूँ कि मैं लाइव ही पढूं ताकि रॉ आइडियाज तभी निकले, तो मैं उसी टाइम कुछ लिखूं. मैंने कल रात को एक दो पन्ना पढ़ा था. सो इंटरेस्टिंग, यहाँ पे हमारा एक मिथ, अगर तुमको लगता है कि ही इज गॉड गिफ्टेड, इज इज born for it, so you are also born for it. You have to find what is that it, वो it क्या है, किसके लिए born हुए. And it is not an easy thing, right? That's just talk, that's the book, that's the way of reading book. Don't read the books, just read some lines and think about it, write about it, speak about it, record about it. That's the best way to read the books, because you are not reading the books for the sake of reading, because this is not a movie that you need to keep watching. This is a book, You read it, and this is not an entertainment book. You read it, you understand it, you think about it, you think about your stories, your life. So okay, it's interesting. And let's go ahead. Okay, to express your uniqueness through your work, you have a destiny to fulfill. The stronger you feel and maintain it as a force, a voice, or in whatever form, the stronger you feel and maintain it as it's a force, a voice, or in whatever form, the greater your chance for fulfilling this life's task and achieving mastery. The month of January is all about discovering and developing your life task, your purpose, what you were put here to do. Okay. Now interesting, because now we will see the story of Robert Greene, which is kind of fascinating and unique too. It's not that motivational story which we hear there, and that inspirational motivational story. Of course it may motivate you, it may inspire you, but let's read it. I had known from a very young age. Now these are the words of Robert Greene. I had known from a very young age, perhaps the age of 8, that I wanted to become a writer. I had a tremendous love of books and words, and of words. I thought at first, when I was young, that I would be a novelist. But after graduating university, I had to make a living. I realized being a novelist was too impractical. And so, living in New York, I drifted into journalism as a way to at least make a living. Then one day, after several years of working as a writer and editor, I was having lunch with a man who had just edited an article I had written for a magazine. After downing his third martini, he finally admitted to me why he had asked me to lunch. You should seriously consider a different career. He told me, you are not a writer material. Your work is too undisciplined. Your style is too bizarre. Your ideas, they are just not relatable to the average reader. Go to law school, Robert. Go to business school. Spare yourself the pain. Now, interesting, because right now we are reading Robert Greene, which is a successful author, but उन्होंने कैसे वर्ड्स चुने. I think the words, I always emphasizes on the importance of using words. I always give importance to the readers or to the speakers or to someone, whomever I meet, the what words he use, how he is using his words. Right now, the words that Robert heard, that you are not a writer material. You should seriously consider a different career. I mean, these words are too bold, and these words can, can hurt you so much. Okay, going ahead. At first, these words were like a punch in the stomach, but in the months to come, I realized something about myself. I had entered a career that didn't suit me, and my work reflected this incapability. I had to get out. I had to get out of journalism. This realization initiated a period of wandering in my life. Okay, so now another lesson coming, loading, and the lesson is, yeah, whenever you read, so I always say that you are not reading for the sake of reading, just for reading. You are reading to think clearly, to think better, to think new ideas. You are reading to learn how to write, and you are reading to find out those questions. You are reading to find out those execution steps which you may take to apply those learnings in your life to make your life better. This is the point of reading the books. The point of reading books is not completing them. The point of reading books is not just reading them. It's about execution, learning, thinking, writing. So why, and right now a writing lesson, for example, मैंने कल ही रियलाइज करा कि जब मैं अगर इसे पढ़ रहा हूँ, तो व्हाट वुड आई डू? आई वुड सी कि कहाँ-कहाँ पे किस तरीके से एक बात को लिखा गया है जो मैं अपने ट्वीट्स में, अपने आर्टिकल्स में, अपनी कॉपी में यूज़ कर सकता हूँ। सो यहाँ पे एक लाइन जो निकल कर के आई, दिस रियलाइज़ेशन, क्या है रियलाइज़ेशन? आई रियलाइज़ समथिंग अबाउट मायसेल्फ, आई हैड एंटर्ड अ करियर दैट डिडंट सूट मी। दिस इज़ द रियलाइज़ेशन, ओके? सो क्या करेंगे, एक हम के फॉर्मेट बनाएंगे. नाउ एज ए सेड, कीप अ पेन and register with yourself. So now I will write realization. I wish I could show you my handwriting. मतलब इतनी अच्छी नहीं है, but how I'm writing so that you see कि कैसे लिखना चाहिए. uh, I will see, I just have one phone and I don't know how to handle. I'm learning. Okay, so right now I have written realization, and after realization मान लें कि इसको हम कैसे करेंगे, तो I realize that short form content. For example, मेरी भी recent realization क्या कहता है, I realized that Instagram is Instagram um, Instagram reels are useless. This is something a real thing. I realized that. Okay, we will write it. We will write it. Okay, realization है तो हम इसके नीचे लिख देंगे ऐसे, I realized that Instagram reels are useless. This is my recent realization because I think that the Instagram is there is this too much noise and cringe content. Even I like to use Instagram for memes and for consumption, but I do it like, I do it so much less. But I am working on it. I don't want to spend my time on Instagram because it's completely useless. I think it's irrelevant. Of course, there are lots of great people on Instagram too, but I'm not talking about that great people. I'm talking about the influence it creates. Instagram is just not a place for I would say that for writers or for intellectuals. Even though everyone is, everyone tries to act like intellectual these days, or say that I am not liking it personally, maybe. But yeah, I know Instagram is again cringy. People are not there to learn, they are just there to, and I think it's bullshit. And dark comedy के नाम पे कुछ भी हो रहा है, and गलत message spread हो रहा है, everyone is doing some, I don't even want to talk about it. If you like Instagram, nothing wrong in that. It's something my personal thing and personal realization. So okay, realized, I realized this Instagram reels are useless. अब यहाँ पे हमने एक prompt create कर रहे हैं, AI prompt नहीं. Prompt मतलब कि हमारे writing के prompt जिससे हम लिख पाए. तो realization full stop, then this. अब यहाँ पे realization इनिशिएटेड. अब इस रियलाइजेशन से, अब जब भी तुम कुछ रियलाइज करते हो तो उससे कुछ इनिशिएट होता है. इनिशिएट मतलब उससे तुम कुछ स्टार्ट करते हो. फॉर एग्जांपल, व्हाट एवर यू रियलाइज, उसके बाद तुम उसका कुछ स्टेप लेते हो उस रियलाइजेशन की वजह से. सो फॉर एग्जांपल, आई रियलाइज दैट इंस्टाग्राम रील्स आर यूजलेस. सो दिस रियलाइजेशन इनिशिएटेड, मेरे को मिल गया इनिशिएटेड. अब यहाँ पे फिर से ब्लैंक आ जाएगा. यहाँ पे लिखा इनिशिएटेड अ पीरियड ऑफ बॉन्डिंग इन माई लाइफ. सो इनिशिएटेड, आई वुड से क्या, अब इस रियलाइजेशन से उसने क्या इनिशिएट किया. मेरा जो रियलाइजेशन था that I Instagram is useless, उससे क्या इनिशिएट हुआ, उससे इनिशिएट हुआ this life that I started coming live, because I can talk for long hours. I can talk raw and originally. I don't need to edit videos. I don't need to put that fancy flashy edits to talk. I'm just here. I just open my camera and I start speaking. I'm reading, I'm writing, speaking, practicing, even thinking and recording everything. That's the beauty. Even if no one is watching right now, that's the thing. But right now I come up with this thing, and I'm also learning YouTube, that I can, create clips out of my life. So if you are watching clips, so you should see my lives, because I'm going to come live daily. So, and if you are a content creator, you want to make videos, so you should take inspiration from this, and I want you to take it, because I didn't start my content because of initially, because I didn't have good camera, I didn't have good setup, I didn't know how to edit. These are the secondary thing. Primary thing is your writing, your thinking, your ideas. Your ideas comes from your thinking, and thinking in articulated form is called writing. So that's what you need to start doing it. You think you are not comfortable on camera, learn to be comfortable on camera. And while you are learning, I'm not saying कि उसको सीखने के बाद start करो. I'm saying while you are learning, put your voice out there. If you think your voice is not good, then keep working on your voice and on your camera presence. Then again, फिर से नहीं कह रहा कि इसको सीख के करो. If you can't even put your voice, write it down and post it. That's it. There is no way that you can't get started. And I wish that I had this maturity when I started. I didn't. But I have no regrets because this is how learn. This is how everyone learn, and I learn too, and I'm still learning. Okay, so I realized realization this realization initiated a daily live in my life, daily YouTube live in my life. So why I because right now like I just stole a way to write a thing कि realization उससे क्या हुआ तो मैंने एक तरीका अपना लिया तो जब भी मैं लिखूंगा तो मेरे को पता चलेगा realization this realization initiated in me. So this is how you learn writing as well from your favorite authors and the writers. And I always say this thing that make a list of your masters. And कौन है वो masters? They can be anyone. For example, I also made a list. I don't know where it is. Okay, I will read it for you. Okay, so मैंने यहाँ पे लिखे थे because you see that I have so many short notebooks. I have a register long, and I recently bought this diary kind of thing. This is also good. Okay, so I will read. What I mean by the masters, it means उन लोगों के नाम लिखो जिनसे तुम्हें सीखना पसंद है. कौन हो सकते हैं वो लोग या कौन होते हैं वो लोग जिनकी तुम वीडियोस देख रहे होते हो और तुम्हें बहुत पसंद है देखना. यू लव टू लर्न फ्रॉम देम. दे आर द ग्रेट एजुकेटर्स. आई कॉल देम द मास्टर. सो मेक अ लिस्ट ऑफ मास्टर. और उसके अंदर है ना नवल में कि फॉलो योर क्यूरियोसिटी, बिल्ड स्पेसिफिक नॉलेज. मेरे ख्याल से वो यूट्यूब से स्टार्ट होना चाहिए. इफ यू कंज्यूम गुड कंटेंट ऑन यूट्यूब, एजुकेटिव कंटेंट ऑन यूट्यूब, सो वहां पे तुम्हें दिख जाएगा क्या सॉरी, वहाँ पे तुम्हें दिख जाएगा कि कौन-कौन सा किस-किस को यूट्यूबर को मैं सुन रहा होता हूँ। तो वहाँ पे तुम्हें एक आइडिया पता चलेगा कि ओके दिस इज़ व्हाट माय क्यूरियोसिटी थिंग इज़ बिकॉज़ मैं इसको भी सुन रहा हूँ, इसको भी सुन रहा हूँ एंड दीज़ 2 पीपल आर डाइवर्स, दे आर 2 डिफरेंट बट कुछ सिमिलैरिटीज़ हैं और डिफरेंट भी हैं। तो जब तुम उन लोगों की लिस्ट बना लोगे और उनका कंटेंट कंज़्यूम करने लग जाओगे, तब तुम्हें पता चलेगा ओके दिस इज़ आई वुड से दिस इज़ माय थिंग, दिस इज़ माय स्पेसिफिक नॉलेज. अब जिसको समझ नहीं आ रहा है कि स्पेसिफिक नॉलेज क्या है, वो नवल की वीडियो देखें या फिर मैंने जो लाइव किया वो देखें या उसकी किताब पढ़ें तो आपको समझ आ जाएगा. एंड 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 right now I'm also planning these lives. I don't know, I mean I come live and I start speaking. By planning I means कि कुछ clips निकल जाए. गेटिंग माई आइडिया. तो कुछ क्लिप्स निकल जाए एंड आई वॉन्ट. अभी लाइव में देर आर नॉट पीपल on live and asking me questions. Now, what would I do? That I will ask some of my juniors. When I say juniors, I mean I give tuition classes. जो ट्यूशन क्लासेस में मैं पॉलिटिकल साइंस पढ़ा रहा होता हूँ 11th और 12th क्लास के स्टूडेंट्स को. सो उनको मैं बोल सकता हूँ कि कम लाइव with me and ask me questions and don't tell me what the question is. This is how I will practice answering the questions. This is how will I practice. So hum make I don't know, but it is interesting. It will be interesting. I will keep something out of the books, of course, or out of some other topics where I will just tell you about the topics. I'll just keep telling you about the topics, and there will be questions. People would be watching. So this is the thing, when I was thinking about going live, I didn't know this thing, but I went live. I saw that there are people in, I think, in entertainment niche, like a streamers. What they do, they make a clip out of it. And I say, okay, I have not considered myself as a streamer, but I am streaming online right now. I am going live, so I can create some clips. So abhi kuch nahi, but हाँ, I can plan this thing that हम ये clips निकालें. But whatever, अगर मैं ऐसे भी बोलता हूँ without thinking about any clips, there can be clips. What I'm trying to tell you is, ओके यहाँ से क्या सीख सकते हैं. व्हेन आई रिकॉर्ड देयर इज समथिंग दैट आई एम गोइंग टू डू इज ऑल्सो दैट इज कॉल्ड परसुइंग क्यूरियोसिटी. Episodes of Pursuing Curiosity synthesizer by a synthesizer wisdom blog. So basically that blog will be like my complete day, whatever I'm learning, what I'm doing, what mistakes I'm doing, that's the thing. सो उसके अंदर भी बहुत सारी चीज़ें से सीखने को मिल जाती हैं, जो भी मैं गलतियाँ करता हूँ, जो भी मेरे को एकदम रियलाइज़ेशंस होती हैं। सो अभी क्या रियलाइज़ेशन हुई कि मैं उसको प्लान करके आऊँगा इस लाइफ़ को, क्लिप्स आऊँगा, और अभी क्या रियलाइज़ेशन हुई कि मैं अपने जूनियर्स को बुला रहा हूँगा और वो यहाँ पर मुझसे क्वेश्चन पूछ रहे होंगे। सो तब अब यहाँ पे एक चीज़ समझो कि अगर लोग तुमसे कोई तुम्हारा लाइव नहीं देख रहा है, सो गो टू योर फ्रेंड्स एंड टेल देम, चाहे वो कोई भी चीज़ है। उनको बोलो कि कम टू द लाइव, आस्क मी क्वेश्चंस, आई वांट टू प्रैक्टिस, दे विल कम। आई हैव नो फ्रेंड्स एक्चुअली ऑफ माय एज, मेरे इतने दोस्त नहीं हैं, और दोस्त हैं तो मैं इतना कनेक्टेड या टच में नहीं हूँ। आई जस्ट हैव वन फ्रेंड, आई वुड से गोविंद, बट ही इज नॉट इनटू दीज थिंग्स। उसकी वो मुझे नहीं लगता कि वो अच्छे क्वेश्चन पूछ पाएगा, बट आई बिलीव इन माय जूनियर्स बिकॉज दे कीप प्रैक्टिसिंग एंड दे कैन आस्क गुड क्वेश्चंस। ओके, सो yes, you know, yeah. ओके, सो आई वाज टेलिंग यू अबाउट माय मास्टर्स। हम अब थोड़ा बुक से हिल चुके हैं, थोड़ा सा इधर आ चुके हैं। इट्स ओके, आई थिंक, बिकॉज अभी हम मैं रैप अप करता हूँ। रीजन इज बिकॉज मेरी बैटरी नहीं है फ़ोन की। आई कैन कभी भी लाइव खत्म हो सकता है, बट आई वांटेड टू कम, सो आई केम। दैट्स द मोर इम्पोर्टेंट थिंग। So I wrote my masters, for example, Patrick Bet-David, Dan Coe, Alex Hermosi, Naval Ravikant, Akshay Srivastav, Osho Rajneesh, Nicholas Cole, Dicky Bush, Nathan Borg. अब ये जो हैं ये ट्विटर के खिलाड़ी हैं. So of course I wrote him. And Sahil Bloom also. Jordan Peterson, Jake Claus, and Ray Dalio, Robert Greene, and I have written mafia books because I mean, I will tell you, or I will tell you why I wrote mafia books in coming lives. I have shared it already on my Instagram. Okay, so yeah, so write about your masters and consume their content, because you are will be you will become like your idol man. What do you want to become? You close your eyes and you see that person, says, oh, I want to look like him, oh, I want to talk to like him, I want to sound like him, I want to do things like him, and then you start building yourself. So you are man. I won't say that copy, but you, जो तुम जिस ग्रेट आदमी की तरह बनना चाहते हो, तुम उसी की तरह तुम एक्ट करना स्टार्ट करते हो। तो तुम एक्ट करना कब स्टार्ट करोगे? तो मैं एक मान लीजिए, जो भी मैं ऐड करता रहता हूँ मैं लोगों को, तो जो भी मैं बनूंगा मैं इन्हीं इन्हीं की। हेलो, ओके गाइस, आई थिंक माय फोन हैज गॉन, बट या, आई विल कंप्लीट व्हाट आई वाज सेइंग, दैट जो भी मैं बनूंगा वो इन्हीं के कॉम्बिनेशन से कुछ बन रहा हूँ, स्पेसिफिक नॉलेज फॉर्म बन करके बन रहा हूँ, और जो भी कॉम्बिनेशन का जो रिजल्ट होगा वो शिशिर शिशिर वातमान होगा, यानी कि मैं। सो आज हमने स्टार्ट करी, रॉबर्ट ग्रीन की कुछ चीज़ें बात करी, यूनिकनेस की बात करी, इंटरेस्टिंग। हम देखते हैं कल किस किताब को पढ़ रहे होंगे। आई विल कंटिन्यू रीडिंग दिस बुक, आई विल टेक सम रेस्ट एंड देन स्टार्ट माय डे अगेन। So thanks for listening to the live.